Hello, my name is Chelsea Benavides, and you can just call me Chelsea. My undergraduate degree is in English with a concentration in creative writing and a minor in psychology. I got it from the University of Texas in San Antonio, and I went straight into graduate school right afterwards here at Texas State. And I'm hoping to get a PhD after I get my master's, no matter how long it takes. Originally, I was taking a master's in literature with teacher certification, but I've recently changed my master's to education because I no longer live close enough to San Marcos to attend classes there. I'm from San Antonio originally, but I moved to Killeen this past June after getting married. My husband's in the Army and he's stationed here at Fort Hood. It's almost a 2-hour drive to San Marcos from here, so that's why I had to change my major, because it's a little bit too far to drive even once a week or twice. But the Round Rock campus is only an hour away, so I'm currently taking one other class, a research seminar in education, and I'm driving to the Round Rock campus once a week for that class, which is fun. I had been taking online classes for the last 2 semesters, so I'm really enjoying being back in an actual classroom. But I do love taking online classes as well, and I'm thankful that education classes are a lot of them online, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to do this. I'm seeking certification at the secondary level, grades 7 through 12, and I would like to teach 12th graders. I want to be able to teach more in-depth texts, and ultimately I would also like to teach dual credit or AP English, because those are the kinds of classes that I took in high school, and I really loved the extra challenges and getting to read more books, and so I would love to be able to teach that as well. I'm currently a stay-at-home mother. My daughter Aria is almost 5 months old now, and she's quite the full-time job. When I do my field experience, I plan to go stay in San Antonio with my parents so that my mom can watch Aria during the day while I go do the field experience. And also because I hope to be student teaching in San Antonio. And I also want to eventually be employed there somewhere, hopefully on the northeast side, because that's where I'm going to want to end up living once we move back. And speaking of, my husband does get out of the Army in the fall of this year, so we will be moving back to San Antonio before you know it, and I'm very excited to be coming back home. I'm really close with my family, and all of my friends are in San Antonio, so I'm very happy to be getting to move back as soon as possible, especially since Aria is growing up fast, and she is my parents' first grandchild, so they're very sad that they're not around more right now, but very happy that before you know it, we'll be back in town. So more about me. I love literature and reading, and I'm extremely passionate about both. I've always wanted to teach and share my love of English with students. I firmly believe that if you don't like reading, then you just haven't found the right book. And I don't expect every person to love reading as much as I do or want to spend all day just reading a book until they finish it. But I do think that it's possible to find a book for every kid that they can at least enjoy, get through without hating it, right? And so I hope to be able to do that for my students when I'm teaching one day. I want to make English as fun and relevant as possible to them. I love teaching. Even though I've never taught English, I did teach Sunday school to teens in San Antonio a few years ago, and I loved being able to reach out to kids in the time of their life where they're always changing and questioning things, and sometimes they're troubled and need guidance, and I love to be there and be able to help them as best I can. And up until I moved to Killeen, I taught gymnastics to kids aged 4 months all the way to 12 years. And even though that's not near the age group that I want to teach, I loved it. It was an amazing job. And I actually had a mom there once who was a high school English teacher, and she told me that I had nothing to worry about, that if I could handle 3-year-olds, I could handle high schoolers, because she said they're the exact same, they're just bigger versions, and they still need to be taught to get along and be kind and believe in themselves. So I've always taken that to heart, and I really think that experience will help me in the long run as a teacher. Lastly, a little bit more about me. I'm a huge nerd. I love everything Star Wars, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, you name it. And of course I love reading. And my favorite genre is young adult literature. I can't get enough of it. Right now I'm reading the 3rd book in the Throne of Glass series, if you've heard of it. It's kind of a mix of Hunger Games and Game of Thrones, and I love it. It's so great. And I'm hoping that all of my nerdiness and love of pop culture and young adult literature will make me more relatable to the students, and hopefully I can get to know them and get them to like me, because I know that it's much easier to teach kids who like you than don't. So I've learned that from my gymnastics for sure. And I think that's about it. I'm looking forward to this semester and to getting into an actual classroom, even though it's so nerve-wracking, and I'm pretty scared about that too, but equally as excited. So I'm looking forward to getting to know everyone, and good luck! I'll see you guys soon.